Hello everybody, hopefully it's your love of aviation that has brought you here today. Today we're going to discuss a brief introduction to flight, including flight history and flight theory. Some of the theory we'll be discussing is how lift overcomes gravity to allow for flight, how thrust overcomes drag to allow it to move forward through the air. We'll also be talking about weight and balance of an aircraft and how it allows us to actually steer the plane through its horizontal and vertical axis to allow not to nosedive but to be controlled. But first, we'll start off with a brief history of flight. According to the history of flight, the theory of flight has been around since about 800 AD. While this is important, the first historical flight in America's history took place in 1903, where the Wright brothers took flight in their single-engine strut plane in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. The second most important flight after that is Charles Lindbergh's flight of the Spirit of St. Louis, where he flew across the Atlantic Ocean and landed in Paris, which would make milestones in civil aviation as far as business flight. Then in 1942, the U.S. military had their first successful jet engine flight. This would later come into play with jet airliners and jet aircraft for military purposes. In 1947, the Soundwave was run by Captain Chuck Yeager. This is important because it's the first in a long series of flights that would eventually lead to 1962, the first American manned space through rocket propulsion. I just talked about some of the most influential flights in aviation history. Aviation has been around for a while and has included postal aviation, civil aviation, and hobbyist aviation. While these are all important, they would not have been possible without the groundbreaking theories that would allow planes to become lighter than air. So now I'll turn you over to the theory of how an aircraft works.